This is one of the happiest days in the lives of these half-starved men marching along a road in the Philippines. They are ending 3 years of imprisonment in the Japanese stockade at Cabanatuan. Nearly all of them are veterans of our first Philippine campaign. Some of them are survivors of the monstrous death march that followed the surrender of Corregidor. Let them speak for themselves.
Folks, to see this is my buddy, Don Smith.
Don Smith? Happy New Year, Don.
Right.
Where are you from?
Boulder,
Colorado.
Right.
And you?
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Albuquerque, New Mexico. As I understand it, both you fellows were forced to make the death march after you were captured.
That's right.
Well, now, how did that start out? Would you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, after the surrender, we stayed in the sun for about a day and a half, and then we started marching to San Fernando. That was our goal. We marched for 3 days and 3 nights, and well, the main bad part about it, we didn't have no food or water. Only water we could get was up at Carabao Wallers and drainage ditches and stuff like that. And even though the Filipinos tried to give us food, the Japanese wouldn't let them. And several times they bayoneted women and children trying to give us water and food. But then we finally made it, thank God. And that was about, from there on we was transported to a prison camp. In boxcars.
How many men do you suppose you lost? Do you have any idea while you were on this march?
Well, I'd say we lost about, on the group I was in, there was 800 men. I'd say we lost about 150.
150 out of the 800?
Mm-hmm. They fell out of line and they were bayoneted, most of them, I see.
And how much weight did you lose? Do you have any idea at all?
Well, I was weighing about 160, and when I arrived at camp, I was weighing about 118.
It's that much in 3 days and nights. Hot sun, I suppose, all the time.
Hot sun, no water, fatigue, and that's what made me lose the weight, I suppose.
Sergeant Donald Smith.
What did you consider to be the worst feature of the whole 3-day march?
Well, it just seems to me my friends, that is, couldn't make it.
When they couldn't make it, they were killed.
And if you fell off, tried to help any of them, you received the same treatment. So not so many of them got away with it.
The Japanese did anything to you personally as far as torture?
Well, no, not exactly. Just usual run-of-the-mill stuff. You were beaten for almost any little thing. Especially out on the farm, one of the Japs working over a little bit with a pick handle, but outside of that,
What had been the cause of that?
well, it was someone tore down in another little plot of ground who was working, and he was standing up stargazing or something, and they had their little tricks like that. They took on the first one handy rather than walk the length to a block to go get someone else.
So you took the punishment to someone else because the Japs was lazy, is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
Private First Class Pat Parker.
Would you mind telling me how the Japs persuaded you in case you didn't feel too strong and didn't want to work that day?
Well, that'd be simple. Pick handles.
Pick handle.
That's right.
By just hitting a man with a pick handle.
Well, not only hitting, they beat. If you knock you down, they'd stomp you and kick you around.
Well, now, what did you weigh when you were captured? You remember that?
I weighed 183 pounds.
And what was the lowest weight you hit after you were down? You might say down to the low end.
Well, that was Nichols Field. I got down to 75 pounds.
From 183 pounds,
That's
go
right.
down to 75.
Right.
Now, one other thing, did the Japs ever torture you or anything like that? Would you mind mentioning a case or so?
Yes, one case I was doing a little torture. I got hung up with the thumb drops.
By the thumbs?
That's right.
Are there any scars on them there? Well, how did that work? How did the whole torture go? Or what was the cause of it? And what did they do? How long was it?
Well, they come to talking to a Filipino girl. Well, the last I seen her, they beat her to death. And they beat me a while and then hung me up with the thumbs. I hung out there 72 hours.
Without food or water?
Without food or water. To make it worse, they set a pitcher of water out in front of us. And then right every 30 minutes they'd come along and drop a piece of ice in it. That was pretty hard to take.
Yeah, I'll bet. Well, did you finally pass out or did you keep conscious all the time?
Well, I stayed conscious all the time, but I couldn't stay alone when they took me down.
They owe their liberty to a company of Rangers who marched into enemy territory, annihilated the Japanese garrison at Cabanatuan, and brought the 512 prisoners back through enemy lines. 3 years of imprisonment, starvation, and hell stand between them and the last time they walked as free men or tasted an American cigarette. Sergeant Robert Fell.
I'm a Britisher that was liberated on that prison camp. I was taken prisoner in Singapore, from where I was sent to Thailand and compelled to help build a railway, during which time at least 50% of the people that were sent there died of cholera, dysentery, diphtheria and malnutrition. From Thailand, I returned to Singapore and was embarked on board a Japanese ship which was to take us to Japan. Off the coast of Luzon, this ship was sunk by American dive bombers. Of the 1,300 aboard, to my knowledge, only 70 of us survived. From there, after swimming ashore, I was taken to this prison camp number 1, and I was liberated by the Yanks when they came in. I'm glad to be back in civilization again.
Sergeant Samuel Goldie, Signal Corps.
Rangers came in that night, and it was about as happy a sight I'd ever seen in my life. For 3 years we couldn't do anything without someone telling us what to do, and now at last we can do what we want when we want to. I'll be sure glad to get back to the United States where I'll be a free American again and get myself a milkshake.